Okay, so Blizzard released a small preview of stuff to come in Warlords, and almost everything they say is extremely vague, so bear with me. First up, they talk about the item squish. Basically, they're just going to reduce the actual health and damage of everything, so we're not hitting for millions of damage at level 100. They also said something about hitting harder on low-level mobs, but that's not really necessary. Then they talk about racials and ability pruning. While a lot of stuff is said, nothing is really actually said. They just hint at getting rid of passive abilities and adding them to other attacks, and getting rid of OP racials and making them more homogenized. Homogenized, is that the word for it? I have an excellent vocabulary, but I don't know how to say half the words I know. Anyways, on to the good stuff. They did give actual information on some stuff, the changes to CCs. Just let me read those all to you. They removed silence effects from interrupts. Silence effects still exist, but are never attached to an interrupt. So no more improved counterspell, which is bullshit to begin with, because it's just BS. Removed all disarms. Finally, disarms are so stupid. Reduce the number of diminishing return categories. All routes now share the same DR category. Exception: routes on charge type abilities have no DR category, but have very short duration instead. So the only abilities that actually root are like the Hunter's Disengage thing, Void Tendrils, actual root from a Druid, and then charge, because it roots now instead of stuns. So yeah, all roots now share the same DR category. Roots are never really a problem. All stuns now share the same DR category. That's pretty cool. So no more going into a cheap shot. No, going into a kidney shot before a cheap shot. Actually, did they get rid of that already? I don't know. I haven't played my rogue at all this expansion. Oh, I have played them. I just don't remember. So yeah, it's no more different categories or different kinds of stuns, like the opener stuns or the controlled stuns or the random stuns. Are there even random stuns anymore in the game? I know back in Cataclysm they had the Impact stun, which is a random stun, and then the Pally stun from the Seal, and then the Warrior stun from, what was it, Revenge? I don't know if those are even in the game anymore though. And of course there was the opening stun. Cheap Shot shared a different cooldown than Kidney, so you could CC someone for up to like 10 seconds. I'm pretty sure they got rid of that. So you still go to a Kidney Shot first, and then Cheap Shot, because Kidney lasts longer, or something like that. Whatever. They're all in the same category now. That's pretty cool. Stuns are... I don't really like too many CCs in PvP, because when I actually went back into Arena for a little bit this expansion, I remember there was so much more CC than I was used to, because I've been PvPing since Wrath. Yeah, PvP'd in Wrath, and I PvP'd in Cataclysm really hardcore. So, there was a lot of CC back in Cataclysm, but when I came back in Mist to do some very, casual PvP, I was, incapacitated, locked by this stupid, monk for the longest time. It was crazy. There was so much CC in the game right now. I'm so glad they're getting rid of it, because too much CC makes Arena no fun. Remove the ability to make cast time CC spells instant with a cooldown. That's cool. No more instant polymorphs or fears. Removed many CC spells entirely, and increased the cooldowns and restrictions on others. That's cool. I am all for less CC in Arena. Pet cast CC is more limited, and in many cases has been removed. I always found it really annoying to use my pet CC, so that's cool, because I don't really like microwave my hunter anyway. Although, how does that work with mages and their pet freeze? Because you need that pet freeze in order to do the... I haven't really PvP'd on my mage this expansion either, so I don't know. I know they still have pet freeze though, because I do use my mage a lot when I get footage for videos, because that teleportation ability is the bee's knees. Okay, PvP trinkets now grant immunity to replication and effects of the same spell cast when they break abilities with persistent effects, like Solar Beam. So what that's basically saying is if you use a PvP trinket while stuck in a Solar Beam, you can walk out of the Solar Beam without getting silenced instantly. Long fears are now shorter in PvP due to the added benefit of fear changing the player's position. I just assume they're going to make it like 6 or 4 seconds now instead of the 8 seconds it is. If it is 8 seconds, I don't know, I haven't really feared anything in PvP in quite some time, but there are some abilities that, because if it goes over the 8-second max for the PvP duration, it'll just put it at, 8 seconds. So if you shoot someone with a 30-second wavering string, it'll only actually make them fall asleep for 6 seconds in PvP, because it has a shorter than the max duration. So I guess they're going to put fears on the same thing as like wavering string, so it's going to be a little bit shorter than the maximum 8 seconds. Which is nice, because fears are pretty crazy. I should know that, because I play my priest. And those fears, a really good pathing on fear can win you games, because that's awesome. I should just run in there and just fear bomb, and then we would just split apart the teammates, and then we'd go and burn one down and CC the other. Oh, fun times. I miss PvP. I can't wait to get back into it. Alright, there was one more thing. There's one of them. I just completely glossed over it. PvP trinket now grant immunity to replication. Yeah, that one. It's about time I should have said that, because it really should have been like that before. When you use the PvP trinket, you can just get CC'd again right away. So you get a little bit of immunity after you use it, which makes them a little bit better. Because right now, actually, I don't really PvP that much right now, so I don't know. So yeah, that's it. Some very vague stuff about the item squish, the racial abilities, and item pruning, and then they go into all of this, let's get rid of all CCs in Arena and make it fun again. Because a PvP battle with very little CC is more like a mind game, where you have to outthink your opponent in order to beat them, because cooldown, hotkey based combat requires a lot of mental dexterity, outthinking your opponent, playing a game of chess while also being skilled at moving around your character. So much fun. Oh, I remember back in Cataclysm when I was PvPing on my Shadow Priest, and I played so many games that I knew exactly what my opponent was going to do before they actually did it themselves, and if they didn't do what I thought they were supposed to do, then I knew they'd made a mistake, and I would just jump on that mistake and exploit it, then go for the win. But my partners were never as good as me, so I never really did all that great. No, I actually I had one really good partner. Oh, so much drama with that partner, though. That completely ended my PvP in Cataclysm. But, I mean, if we were able to play together, that would have been a lot of fun. But, yeah, PvP, lots of mind battles. I wish I would get back into that, because I haven't... I think WoW PvP is the most fun PvP in any game, because I do a lot of other games with PvP, like... I don't really play all that many. I don't like first-person shooters. I love Dota, but I hate playing by myself, because after about 500 games of randoming by myself, I'm just done with pugs. I can't deal with them anymore. Same reason I don't play League of Legends, although I do like League too. I know way more about Dota than League, though. But I would play League, it's the same problem. You're with a whole bunch of people who are assholes, and I just can't deal with assholes on your team anymore, because it's just so much all the time, and it seems like after 10 games in a row of going against another team who actually works together, or it seems like, and then the people on your team somehow are able to find your littlest mistake and call you out on it. I just don't like pugs. Sometimes they're good, though. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes you do get some really nice pugs as your teammates, and they're really fun, but most of the time you don't. So that's why I stopped playing those. But I had a lot of fun with Dota before I just quit. And then of course I play card games like Yugioh and Hearthstone all the time. One-player games, those are a lot of fun too, but I can only take so much of that before it stresses me out. So then I have to stop. But WoW PvP, so much fun. Especially rated battlegrounds. I remember those were a lot of fun too. Alright, I'm just rambling on about random stuff that has very little to do with this actual video. So what I should say is I haven't really been putting out videos as much as I used to. If you've been on this channel for a while, you probably have noticed the very lack of videos on how I've been releasing maybe like 3 or 4 of them a month now from my usual... Actually, I didn't really release them that many times anyway, because my videos actually take quite a long time to make. Because they require a little bit more effort than just reading things off the internet from MMO Champion, summarizing them. I'm not just going to read it straight off unless I tell you. But yeah, so they take a little bit of time, and the classes I've had this semester require so much studying, it's stupid. But that's what happens when you find out that you have to take 2 years of a language class to get your degree. But yeah, so I've had a lot of homework, and it's not the homework that's been causing me troubles, it's just my lack of actually doing it, 'cause I'm a huge procrastinator. So I've been procrastinating and watching a lot of anime, and I got super into Twitch Plays Pokemon, because that is totally something I needed for the past 2 weeks. So, if I ever find a way to monopolize my time correctly, which I don't think that's the right way to say that. If I manage my time correctly, the videos will become more frequent, because it's not like I ran out of ideas or anything. And I'm also not dead, I'm still making videos. It's just, I have been very lazy for the past couple weeks, past couple weeks, because of anime and Twitch Plays Pokemon, mostly. But I do have I have a couple pages of ideas, because when I'm doing homework, I get really bored, and then I just come up with ideas out of the blue, and then I write them down, and I write out whole scripts. So yeah, I have lots of video ideas. I just haven't really gone to actually making them. Which I will do, because I do really like making videos. It's just, I have been really into Twitch Plays Pokemon, and I've been watching a lot of Yugioh and Sakura Trick, because Sakura Trick is the best thing ever.